Tuesday, if there's anything like that, and welcome to News Review brought to you by Wisdom Yard Television. Thank you very much for joining us as always. And today would not be a different one, it will just be a better one. So thank you very much for always tuning in. So we'll be starting with our news that made it to the several newspaper headline, and the next thing will be the hot pick, of which that's the next segment where we'll discuss extensively. And you can as well join the conversation by making use of our Twitter handle at Yard Wisdom, dropping your comment, or use the comment box on Facebook, YouTube, and every of our social media platform. If you're yet to subscribe, do that right now. If you're yet to follow, do that right now, because you'll be learning a lot. So starting with Punch newspaper, we have the following headlines. Ahead, handover, military vows, crackdown on security threats, warns IPOB orders. Federal government approves 173 loan apps by illegal online banks. Rivers father of 3 shot dead while controlling traffic. Russia warns of countermeasures over Finland NATO membership. Bandits abducts 10 students in Kaduna. Davido's song most streamed in UK, Canada, France, Spotify. Portable meets bail condition, regains freedom. On Vanguard, we have the following headlines. Return of bandits. Gunmen terrorize Niger, Kaduna, Kogi, Bayelsa, and Adamawa states. This is stressing. Federal government warns Peter Obi against furning insurrection. Cryptocurrency surges as Elon Musk changes Twitter logo to meme dog. Oni seeks constitutional roles for traditional rulers to fight insecurity. Daily Post has the following headlines. Nnamdi Kanu killing of Biafrans won't go unrevenged, IPOB replies security agents. Disregard Omo Agege's expulsion, Delta APC. EPL, Iwobi react to Everton's trailing home drains against Tottenham Hotspur. I may be killed, Ogun PDP gubernatorial candidate Adebutu raises alarm. Ahead May 29, Lagosians list expectation from Sanwo-Olu. That is all we have on the headline. I'm not doing this alone today. I have with me Mofin Folua. Thank you very much for joining me today.
It's my pleasure.
And I am, anytime, any day. And I am Ayomiko Alao doing this together, though by the time we'll move to the next segment, then you'll see some other person joining me. But until that time, let's discuss what we have on our hand. So the first news, federal government approves 173 loan apps, bar illegal online banks. You know, several things have been coming up when it comes to several online banks or online loan banks, you know, with the harassment that people are facing here and there from several loan apps and all of that. So there is a commission that was actually set up by the federal government just to, you know, curtail all of this problem of people having to go through some kind of defamation of character because they've gotten some money from some several loan apps. So in that regard, they've actually approved 173 loan apps as the official loan app, and then they've barred some illegal ones and some online banking system too. So the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has approved 173 digital lending applications to operate in country. Of the 173, 119 have full approvals, while 54 have as a conditional approval. That is, they still need some things to balance up with. So in the release edition, we got to know that there are some guidelines that also mandate different service providers in the relevant ecosystem, such as banks, access download platforms or stores, technology providers, and payment system, to require regulatory approval before providing services. So those banks, online banks and loan apps that has been barred, you will not see them on your Google Play Store again. They've been removed from Apple Store too. So you will only be able to see the ones that are approved. Some of the approved loan apps listed by the commission include Branch International Financial Services, Fair Money Microfinance Bank, Pivot Technology Limited, Ren Money Microfinance Bank Limited, Carbon Microfinance Bank Limited, Credit Wave Finance Limited, among others. So you just need to check up your Google Play Store, your Apple Store, your iOS or whatever store it is you're using to make sure that these are the right apps. So if you have it on your phone, they will actually stop working, though.
And one of the major reasons why the federal government had to, scrap some loan apps is because of what they do, how they defame people and all of those things. Now, my question is, this particular approved ones, is it that when people borrow money and they don't pay, how are they going to defame them? How did they intend to collect their money? Would they operate like the normal microfinance banks we know, whereby if you don't pay up, they will lock you up somewhere, or do all sort of things,
or start putting your name up as first start?
How do they intend to operate? I mean, if you are able to get those the answers to those questions, then we would know if they're actually helping or not. So okay. So we will be able to know if the federal government is actually helping, or these people can actually be patronage. We can actually patronize them if it is going to be worth it. And having 173 loan apps approved, that's a lot. What happens to the banking system in Nigeria? Because whether you like it or not, the banking system would start getting faulty. Because people would prefer that, okay, this particular app, I can borrow money from them and I can still bank with them. They can save my money for me. So what's the essence of using the incumbent banks we have, the normal banking system? Let me just resort to using an online banking system. So I feel like it's going to affect our major banking system in a way. I don't know if it will not affect. I'm not.
Let me pick it from where you stopped. For the fact that you're saying it will affect our banking system,
affect, yes.
the probability of it affecting, I think it would not. Because even the banks we have, without the loan apps, with the banks, the loan apps, they are not even serving us. The major reason to what a bank should do, they are not doing it. And all of these loan apps, they came up due to this poverty that we are facing in the country, whereby people always have one financial issue or the other. And so they know that whenever they go to the bank, they will need to go and bring collateral, they will need to go and bring like 7 or 20 surety, they will need to do all the processes that at the end of the day, they might not even get the loan. And this loan app will now tell them, all you need to do is that come to us, all who work and are heavy laden, and we shall give you rest. All you just need is to register on your phone, boom, you get the money. But it's just that several ones now came up by they are just unverified, and they just come up, they will give you money, the next thing you don't pay, then they start defaming you, all of those things, or locking you up somewhere or something. So now these ones that are approved are going to follow some regulation. There is, every organization has a mode of conduct. So the conduct as to a financial institution is what they are trying to, put them through, and those that have completed that process are the ones that have been approved. The ones that they felt that they've completed the process, but they've not shown them that they've really completed the process, they are the ones that they are on conditional approval. So I just feel the federal government knows what they are doing, and these people too, if you don't pay them, they know how to do it. For example, that fair money, I think at a point they tend to move people to credit bureau. So it's the credit bureau that will now start asking you for the money and all of that. And there are several things they can do to make sure that they get their money. If you are traveling and all of that, they check your credit record. If it is not up to date, if you still have a loan or deficit, then they will have to. So all of those, they will get their money back, obviously.
I feel like the only reason it would not affect our banking system is if they don't allow these people to save up for people. Because some of these loan apps, they don't only give out loans, they make you save, and they would even give you bonus on every transaction you make. So I've seen this kind of offer. Is it no better than when I deposit my money in a particular bank? They would even remove 15 naira as stamp duty. They will remove this and that. But these people, instead of deducting your money, they would rather credit you. So that's why I feel like it would probably affect the banking system in a way or the other. But then I just hope that, let's see how things would unfold.
Okay,
basically.
I actually feel that all of these things, it should now be survival of the fittest.
Exactly.
You now have to think, okay, now my business somebody is coming to my business because of 15 naira, and they are seeing somebody that will say, okay, it's 15, you pay 10 naira.
Exactly.
So this they will start, it will make the market competitive. It will not be monopolization of the whole sector. Exactly. Let's just see what happens. This is stressing. You are desperate. Federal government warns Peter Obi over comments on Tinubu. The federal government has said that it is stressing for the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, to incite people to violence over the outcome of the February 25 presidential election. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, said this in Washington, D.C. during his official engagement with international media organization. He actually said that it was actually very wrong for Obi to seek redress in court over the outcome of the polls, and in another breath, incite people to violence. And he said that Obi and his vice presidential candidate, Dati Baba Ahmed, cannot be threatening Nigerians that if President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu is sworn in, then it will be the end of democracy in Nigeria. He even said that it is a treason because you cannot be inviting insurrection, and this is what they are doing. He said that Obi's statement is quite desperate. It's seeming like that of a desperate person, and he's not a Democrat, because a Democrat does not think that it's only when he wins that democracy has prevailed. Exactly. Yeah. So, and I think where this Lai Mohammed is coming from is even in correlation with what happened to the plane, the man that was actually...
Oh, yeah.
That man, I don't know, you know.
The man's case is just by the way, because I don't think a sane person would do what he actually did. I mean, you feel like you're an obedient, your mandate has been stolen. Why would you use your own mandate to disrupt other people's lives? Because some people on the plane could actually have a business meeting worth millions of naira. They could actually have an appointment, but you delayed the flights by an hour and all of those things. Although he's been arraigned to court and all of those things, that's just his own, that's his loss, that's his gain anyways. As regards Peter Obi, it was actually his his running mates that said if Tinubu is sworn in by May 29, is a threat, war might erupt and all of those things. But I don't think Peter Obi has said anything as regards that. Okay. And the only reason they would, come up is because
birds of a feather.
Birds of a feather work together, they flock together. And actually when Dati made that incitement, because it's an insightful comment. When he said that, if actually Peter Obi had come out to say, okay, my running mate did not actually mean the way you actually thought he meant it, or a spokesperson, like that's why I so much love APC and PDP. When one of their leaders does anything like this, you start seeing spokesperson, can you start saying, no, it's not like you or romantic the kind of, it's not like that. They will, start saying all sorts of things. So, but in that case, there was nobody to come out to say, our daddy did not mean that way. So I feel like they would, it will start bringing up a lot of issues, even where there are no issues, they will start finding issues. And I don't even think that he should have said what he said.
Apparently. Like, this is one thing I was saying the other time, that you see, all of the way we do things in Nigeria now, it's a civilian rule, fine. It is a normal democrat system, but you need to be very careful of whatever you say. It is a country that does not have rule, that does not have offenses. If there is once there is a rule, a guiding principle, we have constitution, we have sections of the constitution. They will bring it out for you. It's when you laugh a certain way that they will know that it is in the constitution that you're not supposed to laugh hysterically. They will just bring it out. So you have to be very, very careful and know what it is that you're doing. Military vows to crack down on security threat, warns IPOB and others ahead handover. So ahead the May 29 handover, the Defense Headquarters on Monday has vowed to resist anything. Now, it is anything that would truncate democracy. The director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, said this in an interview with one of the media people in Abuja, just as the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, threatened to crack down on potential threat to national security and warned the indigenous people of Biafra, Eastern Security Network, and other fringe group not to test the will of the military. So we are looking forward to a very peaceful, tranquil, orderly swearing in. And I think the reason all these things are actually getting fired up is for the fact that there are several people that are coming out and saying, over my dead body, say, this swearing in would not work. And it's there are likelihood that there are some people that are already plotting something ahead of the whole May 29th. That actually, if you want to sign in, sign in, we'll see you. You know, they will just come from behind. So to avoid that, every security agencies are actually brazen up. And this is just to alert our people. If you're thinking that if you're still part of those people that are thinking that you don't have a government, Tinubu is not your president, Kiniko is not your governor, then I just is the play. I just need you to know that whether you like it or not, is already the governor sworn in.
President.
I mean the president rather, and for the governors too that you feel like you don't want, they are already the ones sworn in until the court says otherwise.
Now let me.
If not, then on May 29, all of those people that are sworn in, they are the legal leader of this country, whether you like it or not.
Let me speak as a typical Nigerian that wants to advise a fellow Nigerian. This is what I'm going to say. Just keep your heads, because it is obvious, it is apparent that nothing in this world will not make them swear in Tinubu. Because even Buhari has said, I will not spend a day more in office. And federal government has assured that even the court cases will not stop them from swearing in Tinubu. So if you feel like you are aggrieved, go to court. And everyone that has gone to court, of course, you are still awaiting the judgment, you know, the verdict the court will give. Let us wait until then. Because if you protest, if you plan, an example is the interim government, they say they are planning. If you plan anything or you protest and you are killed, you get killed, see, let me tell you something, you are gone, nothing would happen. Whether you die or you don't die, Tinubu will be sworn in, because that's what the federal government has assured us. And I want to believe that they've made it clear enough for everybody. So if you feel like you still have some foul play you want to engage in, just be very, very careful. I even saw in the news today that some people are still protesting in a particular state at the INEC headquarters and all
exactly. And that the site was very, very funny, because they were actually protesting and we're seeing charms, traditional, you know, all sorts of...
The truth is, fine, protest is, as long as it is a peaceful protest, it's okay. Nobody is saying you should not protest. In fact, it is according to the constitution that you can go on a peaceful protest. But the peaceful protest you are going on, at the end of the day, if you are lucky, nobody would attack you. If you are unlucky, even the security operatives will be the one attacking you. They will start giving incitement that they start shooting us, so we have to, you know, we have to defend ourselves and all of those things. I feel like these things are not necessary. Of course. The basic thing you should have done is go to court, and you've done it. So let's await the court's verdict instead of placing your life on a life wire. Something like
and
that.
I don't even see reasons anybody should go against the already planned swearing in. If you're not pleased with it, then let's just wait patiently. There are court cases. People are seeking redress. After the whole court case, then we might actually laugh at the end or cry at the end.
And I'm sorry let me quickly chip this in. And if at the end of the court case, you feel like your mandate is not the court's mandate, probably it is the person that has been sworn in that is still declared the winner. 2027 is still there. There is always another chance to leave. So if you feel like you are aggrieved right now, channel all your aggravation or anything, your grievances, channel everything into campaigning towards the next election. Then we'll see how things will unfold.
That's actually very nice of you to advise them. Need 6 constitutional role for traditional rulers to fight insecurity. The Oni of Ife, Oba Onito Adeyeye Oguwusi, has asked that the traditional rulers be assigned constitutional roles in fight of insecurity in the country. He actually made this call at the 2023 exercise ASCII EU lecture series themed Combating Internal Security Challenges Through Effective Utilization of Traditional Institutions, organized by the Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Jaji, Kaduna State. And the monarch noted that the failure to do so, Nigeria won't effectively take emerging and tackle the contemporary security challenges confronting the country. He also stressed that the failure of the security agencies and the government to assign specific constitutional duties or roles to the traditional rulers in several places would actually push the whole insecurity to linger further. He also stated that the traditional institution actually have a vital role to play because they are the grassroots. and they can actually monitor what is happening within, know what is happening just within the local government, the streets, and all of that, because they are monarchical. So for that reason, it's better they just give the traditional rulers some level of roles so that they'll be able to, be playing good impacts in the whole fighting of the whole insecurity. And I think what Oba was trying to say, but he's not trying to say it directly, is that we see that you guys have been using weapons. You've been using all these firearms. You've been, let's stop.
By the time you say, or
we say,
why do you think when they want to swear in a particular leader, they don't bring cutlass? They would only bring Bible or Quran. Because nobody will wait now. They already know that if I fumble and I got sworn in with the God of Iron, Ogun, and somebody you do anything wrong, Ogun will fight.
You go share the drive car.
So regardless, you will still use an iron in your house. They already know. They know the implications. So that's why they prefer, even if you are worshiping a particular idol in your room, they will say I'm a Muslim. They will say I'm a Christian, because they know that all this the God is lenient. He will still give you an
now the same God. It's just that all those
don't let us go deep into religion. See, the truth is, okay, have you not noticed that when this Amotekun, when they work, you will know that these people actually work.
Exactly.
When vigilantes, when they work, you will know that they work. What do they use to work? Ogoni, Ogunlakai. Now, let me be serious now. See, if we incorporate the use of this traditional means to fight insecurity, Kilonje Boko Haram, by the time they give one or two incantations, Boko Haram's head will blow up. If sincerely speaking, it might sound funny.
I get your point.
Yes.
Like what you just said now, actually, I didn't mean there is a traditional constitutional role for these people, then it will be fine. Because if they should do anything, imagine there's a Boko Haram or somebody threatening you and you just and the person just collapse, they will arrest you for murder.
Exactly.
But if it is already like, you're legitimately a person that can actually carry out that duty, then killing
that's why it was very hard for the Amotekun court to get incorporated into the system. And sometimes when they operate, they will still question them. You don't have the right to do so things. So I feel like the constitution regarding the security of the country should be reviewed. They should allow these people to work. They should recruit people that will use Ogun to fight insecurity.
There was a particular news I read about this Amotekun. I think in Ondo State, a particular thief stole something from a house. And then the Amotekun caught the person bringing the whole thing he stole to their office by himself. Because when I was reading the news, they were like, the thief surrendered himself to the Amotekun branch. And I was like, are you for real?
It's not as hard. Now, this is our culture. This is where culture is supposed to play in. The modern technologies has failed us. Then let us go back. Let us fall back to something which is our culture. Let our culture save us.
Okay, I think Mofi is actually getting all welled up in this Ogo. Okay, this show is proudly sponsored by Nokpa Alvarez, and they've actually been the one keeping us in business.
Exactly.
Without Nokpa, we wouldn't have been here. They don't yank us. But Nokpa say no. Messi say no. Exactly. So thank you very much to Nokpa Alvarez for making us stay in business, and thank you to everybody always coming through. Yeah. And thank you to everybody that has always been streaming, staying on with us. So before we continue the show, let's go on a short commercial break. After which we'll be right back. Please, I'm begging you to stay tuned. We still have amazing content to discuss together.
Sweetheart. I can't afford to be late for this meeting.
Give me the same excuse every day.
I always tell you the truth every. You know I will never disappoint you.
Everyone needs a hero, like Nokpa.
After Nokpa,
it is always Nokpa.
Nokpa for management of power.
Yes, you're welcome back, and this is is News Review brought to you by Wisdomia Television. I am Ayomiko Alao doing this again. And so to everybody that actually stayed tuned, I'm very, very happy and I say a very big thank you to you. So disregard Omo Agege's expulsion, Delta APC. The All Progressives Congress, APC in Delta State, has urged the party, faithful and general public to disregard and ignore the alleged expulsion of its gubernatorial candidate, Senator Obi Omo Agege, by a faction of the party in the state. The APC said the alleged expulsion of the Omo Agege is the handiwork of the mischief makers in the state. The Delta State APC chairman, Elda Omeni Sobotie, and Secretary Peter Akarogbe made the call statement, and that was actually made available earlier on Monday. And the statement actually said that every claim that is saying that Omo Agege has been expelled from the party is actually false, is not true. So this particular segment now, I'm having Mr. Francis Okolie to analyze this together. He's actually a political analyst to some extent, and we can actually do justice to that. I think Omo Agege is actually a friend to you, so you know much about him.
Thank you. Well, if you say he's a friend, everybody's my friend, but somebody like Omo Agege, you know now, it was rumored some time that he was the one that actually stole the maize from the chamber.
So I said that you always say that. Anytime we talk about Omo Agege, Mr. Francis will always say.
We heard it. We heard that he actually stole the maize, and I think it was the one that was pointed to have stolen the maize, and he dumped it under the bridge in Niger in Abuja. That was rumor. I wasn't there. They said it, and I'm just quoting them.
Yeah, I guess
so. Yeah, in Omo Agege's case, Delta had been a PDP state, we all know. So I think Omo Agege and Obubu or something like that brought APC into because he actually was the deputy senate leader, and he said, okay, fine, he wants to run for the governorship position, and he tried his best, and the Deltas told him point blank that they are not for APC and they are for PDP. That was why Sheriff emerged winner, and it has been one case from one case to the other. And this recent one is like, the things are falling apart now. Everybody will like, okay, this guy, let's go and settle. It's divided. This politics. This politics is divide and rule. Everybody will run to where the interest will favor and everything. So I think this politics happens everywhere. Now you know that APC will not favor me. What do I do? Oh, let's do something, and maybe the opposition will say these people, or work for the opposition and still be in the party. That's politics for you, and it happens anytime, everywhere.
Any day, exactly. Of course, it happens everywhere. I just feel everybody taking fake rumors should actually beware for the fact that the NBC has actually put in place some national ombudsmen. So we should not just be taking all kind of rumors. If it is not valid, don't talk about it. And this is going back to Mr. Francis. Your rumor that
but that you quoted now. You can quote somebody.
All of you should stop rumoring anything if you do not know the validation. No? In Nnamdi Kanu, killing of the Biafrans won't go unavenged, IPOB replies security agent. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has warned the Nigerian security agents against the killing of Igbo sympathetic to the Biafra cause. The IPOB spokesperson, Powerful Emma, said the killing of Biafra would not go unavenged, and he actually issued the warning while reacting to the massacre of about 50 peaceful, they actually called it peaceful, Igbo protesters who were actually seeking for the release of the IPOB national leader Nnamdi Kanu in the state, Aba of Abia State. And the statement actually said that no matter what is happening, they actually need to avenge the death of the members that they felt that they were killed gruesomely. But the point now is that the Nigerian security system, the agent, they've come out to say that anybody must not disrupt the peace of the country. Anybody must not do anything that would, bring about any kind of displeasure in peace ahead of the May 29 election. So if they do anything around this time and they are brought to book, then they will be dealt with like a criminal. So, but they are still saying that whatever wants to happen, they will avenge. And he specifically said it that anybody that kills by sword would be also killed by sword. that means they are trying to use some level of violence. Is IPOB not bringing about war to the country with this their declaration?
A more powerful statement has not been the first, and I think it's not going to be the last until maybe they get what they want or what they wanted, quote unquote. But I think this is been overflogged. It is not only in the East that secession or people are fighting for freedom.
Of course.
It happens in the Yoruba land where the Oduduwa people, they are fighting the Sunday Igboho group. It's happening in the north too. Look at the Shiti now, they are fighting for freedom, okay? So the more powerful case is overflogged. We all know that they came out, which is unlawful. They've been prescribed, which is the truth. It is against a government that is peaceful. If you want secession, you go to a round table, or you go to the UN. There's an international court. There are right people at the right places to deal with this kind of thing, and not violence. So if Emma Powerful is on his own, I think he's being violent, and I think the law will take its toll. It's not right for him to be instigating be pushing people to violence. Innocent young boys that have one or two things to do, go and just die. Why is it? You see, it's not the right thing at the right time. But me, I will always advise that to the federal government that if there's no big deal from releasing people. It happened. Look at this America too was under briefing. So many things can happen. You let them go and let them go. Slovenia.
I don't understand.
Yes.
Your point. No, I said I did not understand.
There was a Czechoslovakia. I getting it. Now Slovenia is there. The Czech Republic is there. They separated.
Mr. Francis,
if they want to, they should just reason, see what they are doing.
Hold on. I just want to get your point. Are you trying to say the federal government should let the Biafrans go?
Yes, I'm trying to not only Biafra. See, if somebody is saying, okay, if I want to secede, yeah, they should hear them out, and they should let them go peacefully and not in a violent form. It is not the first time we are hearing about secessions. It's not the first time people are breaking out of a country. It's not the first time we are hearing that people want freedom, people want to be free, people want to be sovereign. If there's a sovereign something, then they should release them. They should release them and let them go instead of every day killing and killing. How many will remain when they eventually give them freedom?
On what grounds should they let them go?
If they say they are free to stand, they should sit on a round table.
Do they look free to stand?
No. It's everybody. It's the individual difference. It's their own opinion. It's their own opinion, and if the government feel, okay, these people are ready to go, let them sit down and one or two things, and they work things out on a round table instead of shooting, killing, mining, and destroying properties.
I actually get your point, but if you say they should let them go, Arewa is seeking for secession.
Yeah.
The Yoruba group are seeking for secession. Igbo is so they should let the three
Is it a crime to divide the country into three?
The country that cannot even stand on its own as a one.
Listen,
what are you talking about?
That is the same thing we are saying.
Even Nigeria in its entirety is not even up to one. You are not saying that those people that cannot even feed themselves, they cannot even generate income for themselves. You are telling them to stay low. They will still come back like a prodigal son, and it will be a problem to the country.
But
we'll still have to go back to this round table that you are telling them to sit on.
But why is the round table not visible?
If anybody is becoming violent, take them, arrest all of them,
and kill everybody.
They don't need to kill them. They will keep them where they are supposed to be.
No, that's what is happening now. You see,
so
like 50 people.
Nnamdi Kanu is posing a threat. The same way Sunday Igboho was posing a threat.
Okay.
He was reprimanded, and now we see him back, and he's still behaving. Nnamdi Kanu has proven himself to be a threat to the country, and they've done what is right for him. And the next person was Simon Ekpa, rather. He also proved himself to be, a threat, saying that election will not hold and all of that. And something that is necessary is happening to him. And this person is not even in Nigeria. He's a dual citizen. And he's instigating people to go to the war front, to fight, to kill people. And the same thing is now what this Emma Powerful, the spokesperson of IPOB, is saying.
Okay.
Making a statement of anybody that kills by sword must be killed by sword. And they did not say that they want to take it to the police. They are even telling the security agents that they are coming to avenge. What are you trying to tell me? They are, of course, posing a threat. And if they continue like that, I will also support that the federal government should all of them, the IPOB group, keep them in the place they are supposed to be.
On that support note, that is what we are still saying. If this thing will linger and violence will continue to persist,
they should put all of them in prison.
It is not putting how many people will be put to prison.
Okay.
Let them resolve it. Maybe sit on the round table.
They don't look like they want to resolve.
But you see, if you can't in this country, you can't get audience if you don't put one or two violence in place. Okay. You know it. Like that's why you see that violence. Like now, look at what happened just last week when the NLC was saying, okay, we are protesting, and immediately they quickly brought out the old notes, and you know what happened? And they even mandated the bands to work on a Saturday and a Sunday.
Mr. Francis, I get your point. I don't want to go too much in tribalistic kind of discussion because you know it has its precaution and all of that. So I think let's just leave it that way. So we have the return of our long standing people, the return of bandits. The gunmen have started terrorizing Niger, Kaduna, Kogi, Bayelsa, and Adamawa. It seems that they are done with their long break and they are resuming to action. So after what appears like a lull and a kind of vacation in their murderous activities, the gunmen has decided to come back after the general election. You know, they've gone to their various states to vote and they are back in action to resume work. And we've seen yesterday they unleashed their mayhem in nothing less than 5 states in the country, including Kaduna, Niger, Kogi, Adamawa, and Bayelsa, kidnapping no fewer than 34 people, including 2 police officers, and they also carted away ammunition that belongs to the government, the security agencies, and the bandits killed two villagers, they abducted 34, and they escaped with the arms in Niger. And 7 people were also abducted, and 26 persons were also abducted on Sunday evening, invading Mashegu local government area of Niger State. After sacking the policemen on duty, the bandits were said to have ransacked the armory in the station and carted away some arms and ammunition that actually belongs to the government. You know, that's actually having a very serious crime on it. It was also gathered that the vigilantes and the Mokwa and New Bossa threw the bandits into the forest and engaged them in a gun battle that lasted for hours. But until now, the people that have been abducted have not been seen, and there is no any vision in view, you know, to bring them back or to rescue them. They just know that they've carted them away into the forest. My point now is still narrowing back to the issue of insecurity. Look at what we are facing as a country. As a country, that is the combination of the Yoruba, the Hausa, the Igbo fighting together as one, that we want to end terrorists, we want to end gunmen, and we're still facing something like this. So what if we now say Yoruba stay on your... I don't even want to talk about secession at all. But the point is that the bandits have actually resumed. So we just need to tighten our security in your houses, everywhere you are. Make sure you are safe. Don't travel by yourself, and if you want to travel with God.
You know what actually got me laughing?
I was actually wondering what's funny.
You know why you said that the bandits that are like resumed. Of course. So I'm wondering, resume for... Okay, actually the bandits were like doing a normal work, a legitimate work.
That's what it looks like.
You see, because you are saying that they resumed, which means they actually went on break for election. So actually that this banditry and this terrorism is actually known. It has come to stay in the country. So and they say, okay, now let me ask you, what are the bandits fighting for? Okay. What are they agitating for? Is it for freedom or for what? And why are they so comfortable leaving them there? Look at, see, I'm confused. Sometimes when we are on this, it seems as if somebody is tribalistic or something. These are people that are killing people illegitimately, killing people illegally. You said it now that they actually ransacked an armory and they took away arms. Is that not what you said? And look at it, and nothing is like, no serious attention is on them. Okay. And when some people are saying, okay, look at the way what they did to Yoruba Nation agitators the other time, killing people, shooting people, and some of them are like in cell now. What is happening to the bandits? What is happening in that region that has not been unraveled? What mystery is there that is not even, we have not seen, it's not even to our knowledge, that is not getting to the best of knowledge? Let's discuss if something is wrong.
I get your point.
And you are not telling me, the way you arrange this, they came back.
Okay, if you feel like you are not agreeing with me, the bandits, did you hear anything, gunmen, bandits during the election?
That is even the
only thing we were hearing during the election. You know, this is it. You know, when it comes to the news, we tend to develop new dictionary or new lexicons every day. Yeah. During election, we're hearing political thugs, attacks. That's what we're hearing.
Ballot snatching, ballot box burning.
Not bandits, not gunmen, not unknown gunmen, but after the election, they resumed. That's my point.
Yeah, you see, I enjoyed it, you see, but I'm just asking, why did they go on break? Why were they on vacation?
Definitely.
Something is, you see, that is what we are saying now. See, I have to be frank, just like my name. Let me tell you, these bandits are being sponsored. Yes, something is wrong. There's a political undertone there. Something is happening politically there that they are still sustaining them, maybe sustaining them to like begin to cause crisis and make some places not governable. Or something is wrong. Okay. If they can go for and go and elect a leader, bandits, and still come back and resume, because actually the few 1 month that the election process was on, there was nothing like that. In fact, even the coppers that went, the people that went for electioneering activities went free, it was free and fair. I think it was 1 or 2 kidnap cases that was said. Exactly. But those people actually,
those ones were
they traveled in the dead night. I think they said it was 4 a.m., 2, 3, 4 a.m. Yeah. So it's the normal thing. But the normal dating, we didn't hear of any terrorist.
I think we are now talking on the same point now.
Yes, but actually, it's not that. It's the way you saw the headline. It's the way they, not even you. It's the way they wrote the headline that is amusing me. They were on vacation.
They were on vacation, obviously. My point is just that we need to be extra careful, extra vigilant in our travels, in our ways, because it's seeming like those people are very, very full in action. And looking at the way they actually attack, the way they do their things, they abduct, they tend to kill. It's more or less like butchering people. The way the violence is actually top notch. And whatever it is, whoever is instigating it should just know that one day, every day is for the thief and one day is for the owner.
Let me borrow from what Emma Powerful said, that he that lives killed by the sword will definitely die by the sword. If you say you are a bandit and what you derive pleasure in is to kill people, to mine people, to destroy communities, to burn down, definitely you know that your family, you are not safe. It's a law of karma. It will still come back to you.
Apparently. Thank you to everyone that has been a part of the program since it started, and I thank you to everyone that has worked with me, Mufi Folu and Mr. Francis. I say a very big thank you to you, and to Florence Williams. She actually said thank you for the news update. Thank you very much for joining us too. To everyone that has stayed glued, watching us since inception, to Nokpa Abbas, to the editors, to everyone working behind the camera, I say a very big thank you. Until tomorrow, we'll be doing this. I remain Ayomiko Alao.